In this video, I want to discuss about Allie Carter again, and as far as her accusations and the things that she's throwing out there. Does it help children that are being trafficked, or is it a distraction from really helping those that are in need? Before I get into it, first I want to show you this video.
Those who are beating up on me, and for those who feel like they are entitled to that picture, everybody, I need names. Police station, hospitals, daycare centers, schools, training centers, wellness centers. Your local mayor, your local government. You want to keep going? You have the names. Y'all just so busy working on names that you think that is your idol. So now that I give you a name, let me give you another name. Let me give you another name. You want another one? Here you go. Write this down. Write this down. What city are you in? Let me help you. Write it down. Write it down. You ready? You ready? I'm letting everybody I'm getting a fucking pen. Give me a second. I'm gonna get a pen. You got a pen? You got a pen? You sure you got a pen? Okay, good. Here we go. Your local schools. Your local police station. Your local mayors. Your government. Your doctors, your lawyers, your judges, your attorneys, and they are all surrounding you in your own backyard. So now that you have that name, let me see what you do with it, because I bet you it ain't a damn thing.
As you've seen in the video, people are asking, so it's not just me. It's other people asking and questioning her about certain information that she's saying that she has. It's also them asking her about names that she's saying that she have specific names that she's going to drop, that she's going to say, but she never does. She never give any concrete information that can lead authorities to these people, to these situations, to these places to truly help kids that are being trafficked. A lot of things that she do is repeat stuff that is already known, that is already out there in the world. And a lot of people are listening to her as if this is their first time hearing it. When she speaks about tunnels, tunnels has always existed. If you look at what's going on with Israel and Hamas, what is Israel always talking about? The tunnels that Hamas have, that they use to get around that they use to get bring in weapons from Egypt, because they have two borders. Palestine is bordered with Israel as well as Egypt. Israel monitor everything that comes across their borders on trucks, but they use tunnels to get things in and out on their Egypt side. So tunnels has always been used. Also, if you watch history, ancient civilizations, some of those people actually lived underground. They had a whole system set up underground where they lived. They had animals, they raised crops, they did everything. Their whole life was lived underground. And everything was set up where they had water coming in, where they had air, oxygen coming in and out. They had all this set up. Every state, every country has a tunnel system. There's tunnels under hospitals. The military have tunnels underground. They have underground bunkers for the president, just in case something happened, where whole vehicles can move back and forth. So the tunnel situation isn't anything new. Tunnels have always been there. During Al Capone days, they used tunnels to get to traffic alcohol from one location to another location, because during Prohibition it was prohibited to sell alcohol. So they used tunnels. So nefarious things have always taken place underground in tunnels or underground in bunkers. There was a story about a girl that was kidnapped, and the man held her in an underground bunker in the woods, and he had her there, I forgot how many days, but she was there until she actually basically saved herself to get out of that. So when I hear about it, because like I said, a nerd and I used to watch history channels all the time. So that's what some of the things they talked about, some of the things I seen before I ever heard of Ally Carter, before P. Diddy has ever been in the news for what he's in the news for now. They have been talking about these tunnels. There's tunnels that was built from Mexico to the United States.
For years, U.S. and Mexican authorities have found and destroyed over 180 tunnels along this border. The question, they say, isn't whether there are more tunnels, but how many and where. Much of what's funneled beneath is the product of Mexico's Sinaloa cartel, headed by Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, busted out of the Altiplano prison near Mexico City earlier this year by having his comrades brazenly tunnel right into his prison cell. A tunnel even fitted out with a motorcycle on a rail. Notorious not only for his narrow escapes and prison breaks, but for the elaborate cross-border tunnels his cartel has engineered. Some, like this tunnel discovered last year near San Diego, are thousands of feet long. The job of finding them goes to the human moles of the Customs and Border Protection tunnel team.
You guys took the training, right? Yeah.
Tasked with the sometimes deadly job of sniffing out the tunnels, honeycombing the 2,000-mile-long border with Mexico.
This is why I don't get excited when I hear her saying that she's been in underground tunnels like everyone else get. They say, oh, she must have really been there because she was in these tunnels. She knew about these tunnels. It's out there. This is not a secret. Hugh Hefner tunnel, all this is not a secret. It has always been out there one way or another. What they're used for is different things depending on who have access to the tunnel and what they're doing with the tunnels. But when people sit around and act like it's new information when it's not, and like I said, just because I could say about this tunnel that I've never been in any of these tunnels, but they do exist. And another thing, people have been saying that I'm too hard on her. They have been coming in my comments under her video saying that she has DID. And because she has DID, that is why she can't give all the information. That's why she doesn't know certain things. I have always talked about myself suffering with anxiety and depression. I have recently been diagnosed with PTSD. And so even before I was diagnosed with that and I just thought I was suffering from anxiety and depression, I have always said I do not like people being taken advantage of. I do not like people being misused. I do not like people being mistreated. I do not like people being made fun of, especially when they do have some type of mental, something going on with them mentally. That's one of my pet peeves, is how people treat people who don't see the world or respond to the world the way they do. That has always been one of my pet peeves. And so if you understand and know that she has DID, my question is, do you really understand what that is? Before it was called DID, it was called multiple personality disorder, meaning that the person may have one other personality or many other personalities. And like I said, I never said she wasn't violated. I never said she wasn't trafficked. I never said she wasn't hurt in any type of way as a child or anything. I never stated that. I was just stating the information that she was given really wasn't information. And if she's saying that she has information, I was saying that she should turn it over. And so if she is suffering from DID, that means that during those times when she was being abused, during those times when she was having something violent or traumatic done to her, that means her mind split into different people, different personalities. So therefore, there's going to be times when she completely blacked out and doesn't know what happened or doesn't remember what happened. There's going to be times where information is going to be conflicted. She's not going to be sure if something happened, or, did this really happen? Did this not really happen? And so therefore, she cannot trust her own memory of things that happen. So if she can't trust it, how can we? And like I said, this isn't me analyzing her, this is based on what she has said herself about having DID, and other people have came under my comment and said that. So can it possibly be that people are using her and her situation for their gain, for their purpose, instead of actually helping her? Because even with her saying, I'm going to give out names, if you're just seeing there's everywhere, they're everywhere, it's true. Anytime you have children or anything to do with children or anything to do with women or anything to be, do with making money, you're going to find people who's willing to take advantage of other people, whether it's children, whether it's women, whether it's men, on that type of level. They're going to be there because that's how their mind think. They are predators. So just saying they're everywhere, they're in Congress, they're in the movie, they're in this, they're in that, they're in the music business, they're the teachers, they're the doctors. It's true, but just throwing out vaguely, they're everywhere is not helping anyone. So that's what's my thing. I truly believe in helping kids that are in this situation. So if you have information, turn the information over. If you don't have information, then you are, for the lack of better words, wasting time that can be used for people going after the real people going in the right direction and not the wrong direction. So this is not me hating on her. This is not me trying to put her down. But at the same time, if she's dealing with a mental situation like DID, where her personality has split, and her memory can be vague at times. She can have memory loss of certain things that may or may not have happened to her, or she could be making up certain things, and those things that she could be making up could be in place of what really happened to her. So like I said, before you come after me, understand what DID means. Is someone really there because she says she has her stepmother, or her adopted mother is with her? Is she really looking out for her on a mental level? People love to say, oh, she's not asking for money. That doesn't mean she's not getting money. This is what people need to understand. People take advantage of mentally ill people all the time. That's nothing new.
Here's the thing. So there's these talks amongst the blogs of them strategically putting together what they call this viral, just massive expose. People that are willing to say whatever to get them views. And when I tell you, they dish out 10,000. I just talked to a podcaster yesterday that gave Orlando Brown $10,000. And he told the podcaster, he said, it depends on what you pay for, which Orlando you're gonna get. So if you give me 5, you give me none, you don't get none. You give me 5, you get this, you get 10. He paid $10,000 for Orlando Brown. I paid 0. Nothing. Ray J. Sure, he put a bag on Ray J as well. Ray J don't sit down unless you give him a bag. He out here, going through it too, trying to, bring views back to his network and stuff. And there's been this branding that's going on. So they want documentary pieces with Jaguar, Orlando Brown, Charleston White. Matter of fact, I was telling Charleston about this yesterday because he said that they tried to put him with Orlando Brown and Jaguar Wright, and he said no. YSL Woody, all of these people, and it's like we're putting together some of the craziest, most mental ill people for views just so our YouTube channels can survive and we can pay our bills and give the community something to laugh at. And these are the spokespeople that everybody is following pertaining to Hollywood right now, watching. The world is watching them. And podcasters like him are strategically putting them together to save their shows, project views, and at the end of the day, when it comes to the black community, these are the people on the forefront that people are watching. Hell, even Shamar is in the conversation. And you know, those of us with a little bit of integrity, we say, hell no. We're not doing that. We don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. And I was talking to Charles yesterday. I said, you know, you were a part of those conversations, right? He said, I know. And they offered me $20,000 to do it. And I said, no. But you're going to start seeing Jaguar, Ray J, Orlando Brown. What's the guy named? Eddie Winslow. Who else? Shamar. You're going to start seeing them. YSL Woody, all of them as the faces of the expose, because they're all connected to the Black Illuminati, Diddy, Young Thug, any and everybody in Hollywood. These are the new representatives that are going to drive the culture forward, okay? That you guys are going to laugh at. And you're going to believe whatever it is that they tell you, even though almost all of them have a strong history of dope usage. Currently, cocaine, meth, to be exact. But it's y'all content, though. It's y'all content. Long as y'all get great content, that's all that matters.